Happy Halloween, everybody. This is an exciting day for me. I've been waiting for this fund to come out for a long time. There's actually two funds coming out today, one from Rex and one from Kurv. The Kurv one is called KYLD, K-Y-L-D. They just posted positions this morning. I got up and I saw them. This is going to be a first look at the Kurvs position, KYLD. People are comparing this thing to ULTY from mainly me. And I think you'll see why, but they're also doing their own thing. True to Howard's brand. Howard's kind of a maverick and he's going to do his own thing. So let's take a look at this. This will probably be a little bit more like a live video. I have no script. So, but I've run a few option positions in Option Strat and kind of looking at what they're trying to do in their IV. So let's get in the middle of this. Let's get in the middle of this. Oh, I'm excited about this. We finally have some competition. As you guys know, ULTY and blocks and LFGY and QLDY are my four favorite funds currently, but ULTY has been my favorite fund for about a year now. Well, about a year now. So anyway, it's great that we have other similar funds coming out, better choices, more choices are better for the consumer. I'm so excited I cannot speak. All right, so I made a little, my typical little thing with the stock positions and the cash positions. Right now, these guys have 10% stock. I mean, 10% cash. My gosh, 90% stock. They have some synthetic stock with options. They have synthetic stock in IBIT. We're going to look at that position. Long call, short put, otherwise known as a combo. But they have an unbalanced combo though, which is in its unbalanced with more asymmetry to the upside. They have an asymmetric combo, which is really sweet. But you can see the stock positions. It looks like they're going for around 5%. And, the VST stock only, Teradyne stock only, silver miners, SIL is silver miners, Shop stock only, Reddit stock only, Roblox stock only. Then they have an option position in Intel, covered call. They have the combo in Intel. We're going to look at these in just a second. HWM, what in the heck is HWM? Are you kidding me? What's HWM? Howmet HWM, Howmet Aerospace. Hope they picked a good day to bring this out. I'm so excited. I haven't even checked out the market yet. Here we have it. Okay, well, close to all-time highs, or close to highs on this chart. It probably all-time highs. Down a little bit in the pre-market. Speaking of the pre-market, let's check out where the market is. All right, S&P's up 0.75 of a point, so it hopefully it'll be all right. Hopefully they didn't bring this thing out at an all-time market high. Anyway, at least they bought the pullback in Howmet Aerospace. All right, back to looking at this. I hadn't heard of Howmet Aerospace. I guess I've heard of it. Hood, HIMS, those are standard for these types of funds. Galaxy, that's standard for these types of funds. GDX, gold miners, that is not standard for these types of funds. I've never seen the competition own GDX, I don't think. Coinbase is also a kind of a standard steady Eddie pick. Broadcom, Bitmine immersion. You got to have Bitmine immersion anymore. And app, that's very standard. But what the heck is for? I mean, I've seen it before, some kind of payment system thing or whatever. But we're going to look at that too. For it's a payment processing thing. I mean, hello. Well, it's up pre-market. Boy, this might be a good one for me to get calls in if they like this. Of course, they probably like it. They may like it more from the standpoint of the option premium. So, boy, that's okay. Ship 4 payments, huh? All right. Well, got some overhead supply to get through here, but these guys may just be after that sweet option premium. All right. So let's go back to this and see if we've covered everything. Intel, Shopify, HWM. Oh, and they have some AMD. Got to have some AMD. All right. Well, let's do this now. So I broke out the option positions and put them in a table, or I broke out everything and put it in a table. And I have IV over here in column 4. So on their option positions, on their short option positions, their premium positions, they have IV of 107, 82, 109, and 146. Or you want to call that an average of 110? I mean, that's what I'm going to say. 111. So on the option positions, that's about the range we can expect, but they also have stock positions. It's not just, they don't have option positions for every stock position like some other funds have. They have some that are just where they're just long stock. Let me show you. Let's get in the middle of this. All right. So AMD, just long stock, no options. Okay. Now Amazon, they're just long options, no stock. Well, that's interesting. So, let's see here. Yeah, I put that one in here. They go out to November 21st and they own an out of the money call, 32 delta. That's a really good sweet spot. 25 to 33 is what a lot of people say as far as a good distance to buy an out of the money option where it's far enough out of the money to give you leverage, but not too far out of the money where it's a lotto ticket, you know. This thing has a 33% chance of going in the money just by looking at the whatchamacallit, delta. Anyway, okay, so they're long Amazon, so they're actually paying option premium on this one. This is costing them 49 bips, and I didn't factor that in. I just looked at the option premiums that are selling. 111 is the kind of premium they're bringing in. So they have Amazon. Okay. So what else do they have? They have AppLovin, they have Broadcom, and then they have Bitmine immersion option position. All right. So this is what I like. I like this kind of stuff. And look, it's a little unbalanced covered call situation. Because they're long 454 shares, but they aren't totally capped. They pretty much are, but they're short 400 shares of options, 4 options, which would be equivalent to 400 shares. So it gives them a little bit of chance for extra upside. Not a whole lot. They're long 54 shares and they're covered on the rest of it. But this is a 107 IV, so that'll work. And then we have over here Bitmine immersion, BWX Technologies, huh? What the hell's that? That one's, I mean, I think I've seen it before, but it's not a kind of a standard one. Was it BWXT? Yeah, that's it. All right. That one's up in the pre-market. Great job. And that one, they're definitely a kind of like a trending play. It's trending the right direction. BWXT, Coinbase, I don't have to tell you guys about. All right, 4 shift 4 payments. So they're long 318 shares. This one definitely has some asymmetry, and they're only short 2 options. So the difference between 200 and 318 is 118. So they're long 118 shares of 4, but they're going to bring in about an 82 IV for what they're short. This goes out to November 21st. Their options you either go out to the 21st or the 11th. It seems like most of them. They have some. Well, they have some on November 7th. I guess it's the 7th. Yeah, it's November. The options are all expired the 7th or the 21st, depending on which company they're for. But let's check this one out. Here's this one. Okay, so yeah, definitely. So there's no downside protection on any of these. No downside protection at all, but I get extra upside on some of these. This option right here is 83 vol. Goes out to November 21st. So that's 4. Okay. So back here, then we have GDX, Gold Miners, Galaxy. So let's look at the Galaxy trade. On the Galaxy trade, they're long 6, short 4, basically. So that is right here. So that's the same type of risk reward you aren't fully capped because you have shares. You have shares that are long, the shares that you're short, or the shares are long by definition. You're long stock, and then you're short option contracts. Well, The option contracts that you're short pay 109 vol, but you still have, or 109 IV, but you still have a little bit of upside. Man, this is so kick-ass. You guys have no idea how happy I am that we finally have competition for these types of strategies. Like I always tell everybody, everyone says, why do you like ULTY so much? ULTY is exactly what I would do if I had $500,000 to throw at an income option strategy. You have to have more money than I have in a $20,000, $30,000 retail account. You can't make the ULTY strategy work for that kind of money. So, I mean, I look at it also as I'm outsourcing my option trading. And people say, well, ULTY sucks. Okay, well, you do you. Now we have choices, right? Yeah, and I'm probably going to have all three of them. They're different funds. So, and I'm sure Howard doesn't like me to compare his company to another fund. Howard's his own dude. Howard, if you're watching, which I bet you are, I'm sorry. I know you're your own dude and you're going to do your own thing. And I'll try to stop comparing it to other companies. All right. Well, so then we have him, like I said, we have HIMS, long 5, short 4. I have it up here. I mean, they all look the same, long 5, short 4, not much to see here. We'll keep an eye on these trades though. 146 vol. Heck yes. Heck yes. We'll take that sweet 146 vol. But yeah, Howard's his own dude, and the guys at Rex are their own dudes also. But it's just natural. It's the meme. These are meme stocks. I mean, that's what I'm calling them. And then that may be not that accurate, but they're triple-digit IV stocks by and large. All right. Well, and Howard, if you'd like to correct me on any of this stuff, you'd be happy to have you on the show. And that goes for the guys over at Rex as well. All right. Well, anyway, this is the one I'm really excited about. Look at this IBIT position. So this is just long Bitcoin, which, through a surrogate, through IBIT. So they're doing a combo. They're doing a combo. It's a balanced combo. I had that wrong. Hang on. It was early in the morning when I first saw this. We'll fix this. Where's this IBIT trade? But they're essentially long 400 shares of IBIT. Yeah, here it is. And I got this messed up. I put the market value as the shares. Gosh darn it. You can't take me anywhere, can you? And then we're going to short 4 here. All right. Okay, so this is what that looks like. It's a combo. It's stock. It'd be the same thing as if they had stock. Does IBIT have shares? Yeah, I guess IBIT does have shares. I just think of IBIT as a stock. I mean, it's an ETF. Of course it has shares, dumbass. All right, well, I just think of everything in terms of the option contracts. But in any event, they're buying and selling. So the problem with IBIT is high IV. It's a 47 IV. But when you buy a call and then you sell it, put at the same strike, you offset your IV. You basically take the element of theta decay, or you take the Greeks out of it. You're racist against Greeks if you do these kinds of things. You're anti-Greek, I guess. I don't know. That's a bad dad joke. It's early for me. I guess it's not that early. It's 8:17. The market's getting ready to open in 15 minutes. I'm going to get this out so you guys can see this. Then they have Intel. They have an Intel position, long 6, short 6. So long 616 shares, short 6 calls. That's pretty standard. We can look at that. That's going to be your standard cover call. Yeah, that's your standard fully capped covered call. But look how far out of the money. The option they sold is a 16 delta, meaning 84% of the time it's just going to expire worthless. And if it does go in the money, even if it does go in the money, they have 600 shares that are going to go up $5 about from $39.79, whatever the price was last night, to 45. So what is that? $30,000 or something? They're going to make money before the cap starts, and they get to keep this money. Well, they don't necessarily get to keep the 39 cents because they may have to unwind this position for more. So we'll see. But in any event, all right. So let me make sure we got it all. We got Intel. Okay. Then we have Roblox, just long stock, Reddit shop, Silver, Teradyne, and Vistra Corporation. All right, guys, I'm going to get this out. I want you to see this. I'm more excited for you guys to know about this than I am just to sit here and keep talking about it. You guys have a great day. I'll I'll talk to you later. Hey, Rex, if you guys are watching, put your trades out, and and I want to look at them too. And I'll try not to compare you guys to other ETFs. I know that's not nice. And I really am sorry, Howard, if you're watching. All right. I'll talk to you later.